The Billboard Hot 100 is arguably the chart in North America for determining the biggest hit songs. Actually, it's not even arguable. Anyone who believes otherwise has their head so far up their ass they're choking on yesterday's breakfast. The US Hot 100 is a weekly singles chart listing the most popular songs in America, and the songs are ranked based on the following things: radio airplay, sales of singles on either iTunes or actual physical copies of singles, which I didn't even know still existed. What do you say, gang? Let's go get a malt and then head down to the record shop. Yeah, that's still happening. And on-demand streaming from whatever those sites are that let you do that, Pandora or whatever. And as of last week, YouTube views have been added to the count. And with that change, guess what became the #1 song in the US? I'll give you a hint. You've only heard the same 30 seconds of it over and over. Yeah, Harlem Shake. Bauer, I'm assuming I'm saying that right, like the company that makes ice skates or the other company that sells clothing for yuppies, but don't correct me if I'm wrong because I won't need to say it for very long. He released the Harlem Shake song in mid-2012, and because of these viral videos that just so happen to use it, it's #1 this week. The first week Billboard incorporated the YouTube views. And people are pissed. One person went so far as to claim it was a conspiracy, probably a natural news fan, but there are a ton of comments from people who hate the fact that YouTube now counts. And after giving it some thought, I've decided I'm not with them. First, we need to discuss why they did this. A lot of people bitch that Gangnam Style or Gangnam Style or whatever, who gives a shit, never hit #1 on the Hot 100 because it wasn't getting as much radio play as the song that kept it out of the #1 spot, Maroon 5's One More Night. And why wasn't it getting any radio play? Because the lyrics aren't in English. All of the appeal of Psy's viral hit was in the video, and the stupid dance. And you can't dance in your car while listening to the radio. Well, maybe you could, but hopefully when you crash and die and your body is so mangled you can't even have an open casket funeral, you don't take out anyone who didn't deserve it. However, no one would ever dispute that during the time that Gangnam Style was popular, it was more popular than that Maroon 5 song. Of course it was. Everyone was talking about it, no one was talking about Maroon 5. This is how people consume things now, by watching it on YouTube. I already joked about it, but no one buys physical singles anymore, aside from hipsters with their 45 collections. Everyone bitched when iTunes sales started factoring in too, but people buy music that way. People aren't listening to the radio anymore, at least not like they used to, and the radio has changed drastically. There was a time when radio made songs a hit. Now it's the other way around. Ask most program directors. I've heard this from multiple people in the business. The philosophy of radio now is, we don't create hits, we play hits. A lot of you still believe that radio stations get paid to play songs, don't you? You couldn't be more fucking wrong. Radio stations have to purchase the songs they want to play just like anyone else, or they use a service like DMDS or Promo Only, and then they have to pay licensing fees to play the songs on top of that. If they're lucky, a label will send them free stuff, but for example, when Beyonce or Lady Gaga or Justin Bieber release a new song, do you think their labels are paying radio stations across the country to play it and promote it? No. Radio needs music way more than music needs radio. The balance of power shifted decades ago. So Billboard said, what the fuck, the most popular song in the US isn't #1. Why? And then they figured out a way to remedy that in the future. And coincidentally, the first time they used the formula, some song went viral. One of the comments against YouTube views being included ended with, "It hurts to watch the overall integrity of the publication destroyed while you figure out how to interpret new media's role in the way we consume music." First of all, integrity. Like any of this is that important to begin with. It's a list of crappy songs that teenagers like. It's not exactly the fucking Wall Street Journal. But so what you want is for Billboard to compile a list of the most popular songs without taking into consideration the modern ways people listen to songs. Measuring a song's popularity in 2013 using methods from 1963 would also destroy the overall integrity. It'd be a meaningless list. More meaningless than now. I will say, though, there are some problems. With the Harlem Shake, they've counted everything. The actual full song on YouTube only has 5.8 million views as of writing this, but Billboard said it was #1 because of 103 million weekly streams. So how does that work? Because they're counting all of the 30-second clips from the 40,000 plus videos of dipshits flopping around like idiots that have the song in the background. That shouldn't count, but it clearly states Billboard is now incorporating all official videos on YouTube captured by Nielsen's streaming measurement, including Vivo on YouTube, and user-generated clips that utilize authorized audio. Well, authorized audio just means the owner hasn't asked for the clip to be taken off of YouTube for copyright infringement. Bauer or Bayer or Booer or whatever the fuck is happier than a blind Kesha at a hot dog factory that his song is being used for this meme. Gives him all sorts of exposure. So they all count. That shouldn't be the case. If they're going to incorporate YouTube views, which I'm all for, it should only be for the original full song, not clips of people dancing to it. The other issue people have is that now, some pretty shitty songs could end up as number one because, as you know, before this change it was only high-quality stuff that took the coveted top slot. But based on this, it's very possible a song like Friday from Rebecca Black could have been number one. Well, who the fuck's fault is that? Not Billboard's for including YouTube data, it's your fault for clicking on the video and sharing it and saying, "Hey everyone, look at this pile of shit." Always remember that popularity and quality don't necessarily go hand in hand. You just need to look at your high school yearbook to figure that out. Is it going to mean a lot more one-hit wonders and songs that are on the chart for a week and gone the next? Absolutely, but again, this is not Billboard's fault. There was a time when songs took a long time to make it to the top of the charts, and they were on the Hot 100 for weeks because people would listen to a song for 6, 7, 8 months before getting tired of it. Now everyone has the attention span the length of a porn star's vag hair, and this is what happens. This is how people listen to music now. And Billboard's charts either have to change to reflect that and stay relevant, or risk becoming as stagnant and archaic as the music industry itself. I just picture people being upset by this. "Oh, I can't believe this piece of shit is number one now. Whatever happened to when good songs charted, like Lil Wayne's Lollipop or Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl? What does the world come to when junk like Harlem Shake is number one?" You know what was number one for 4 weeks in 1969? The Archies' Sugar Sugar. You know what was number one for 2 weeks in 1988? Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. Do you know what was number one for 14 weeks in 1996? The fucking Macarena. Think about that for a minute, and then tell me how this, including YouTube views, is what's going to make a mockery of the Billboard Hot 100. Yeah,